Praise is so important, but it shouldn't feel patronizing. I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach parenting, good communication, and how to build strong family bonds all over the world through the lens of the principle self-government. And in this video, we're talking about how to make praise not patronizing. In this video, we're going to be talking about what makes praise patronizing, and then what we can do with our praises to make sure that we aren't coming across as patronizing when we're trying to tell somebody, good job. There really is no reason for praise to be patronizing, although I think some people were probably raised with parents who didn't give sincere praise. Maybe they were always judging just a little bit, and so when they would give the praise, there was always like a, well, this was good, but, or the tone came across in such a way that they felt like the person wasn't really pleased. They might be saying they're pleased, like, well, good job at that. But that's not really praise, is it? So I would say there is a difference between praising someone and between giving somebody an editorial comment, okay? And if you're going to be praising someone, there is a tone that goes with praise. Now, it doesn't have to be an excited, over-exuberant type of a tone, because I think even that can somehow come across as patronizing if it's done wrong and with the wrong person. I think the biggest thing about praise is it needs to come from your heart. It needs to be a heartfelt feeling or a heartfelt analysis that you're making for someone. Now, I teach self-government. The definition of self-government is being able to determine the cause and effect of any given situation and possessing a knowledge of your own behaviors so that you can control them. So that means you understand cause and effect. That means that you understand this was a negative choice, was a bad choice, and we see that because here's the negative that followed after it. This was a good choice or a positive choice because this is the positive that followed after it. So there's cause and effect, right? Good equals good and bad equals bad. A person is able to see that so that they can better analyze themselves and plan their steps forward with more accuracy and success. That's what a person does who is self-governing. So praise is a key piece in this. So for my young children, they love it when mom throws a little party, right? When my children were teeny and they would say, okay, and I would say, London said okay, London said okay, 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 London said okay, and I would sing them this little chant. They loved it. London would beam. She loved it. It was her theme song. She absolutely loved it. But if I were to say to London when she was 15 years old, London said okay, London said okay. Now notice the difference there too, okay? The difference is like, oh boy, here we go. Then that's gonna seem patronizing even if it's the same exact words and the same exact tune. Now also a 15-year-old probably doesn't wanna be praised that way. So we have to keep our audience in mind, right? How is it that they want to be praised? Let's understand that. Let's understand what makes them tick a little bit. So keeping your audiences in mind is so important. When has somebody praised you and definitely praised you in a way that you did not appreciate? How about you leave me a comment about that? I think that might help other people learn what not to do with their praising. And we're going to talk about what to do as well, obviously, because praise is important and we've got to nail it. But let's make sure we're not giving editorial comments. Let's make sure that we are understanding our audience. Let's make sure that our tone is from the heart. If we can remember those key things, then we can take the steps for doing a truly effective praise and really hit our mark. When you're praising a person, they should feel like you care. They should also feel like you really saw what happened, that you understand it, and that you're not being fake, okay? So many times when people praise, they get into puffery. All right, so they just start puffing someone up like, oh wow, you're so amazing, or you're a genius, or these types of things, which may sound, incredible, magnanimous to say to a person, but they feel a little bit contrived, a little bit phony. The person might feel like, were you really paying attention to what I did? Did you actually see it? And what about it was so great? Right? Instead of just the big flowery words, we can give somebody something more concrete to hold on to by using a description. I teach 5 teaching styles for parents. And by the way, these communication styles work with any person, whether it's at the office, at home, or just anywhere you happen to be. And one of those teaching styles is what I call effective praising. There are 3 steps to a truly effective praise. Step number 1 is the description step. So this is where we give a little window into our understanding of what happened, so that the person has a chance to begin the analysis process of their own behaviors, their own thoughts, their own feelings, so that they can better plan for the future for their future self-government. When you're describing, it's usually a good idea, in order to remind yourself to describe instead of just react, to have some sort of a cue phrase so that you are reminded. My cue phrase is the phrase just now. I say just now when I'm going to do a correction, or right now when I'm going to be doing a pre-teach, or just now when I'm going to be doing a praise. So that timestamp reminds me to describe and tell a story. Now, in your description, be very careful not to editorialize. Again, stay away from editorial comments about how everything affects you. You can sometimes say a feeling that you have, but keep it very short. If you bring in yourself at all, keep it short. A good praise should be about that person, what you saw them do, not how everybody felt about it. The feeling part is going to come into step number 2. So what is an example then of a good descriptive praise? I might say to someone, just now I passed by your bedroom and I noticed that everything in there was so neat and tidy. The bed has been made with care. I can tell that you paid a lot of attention to detail when you were cleaning your room today. Now, what have I done? I told one thing that I could tell, but everything else, I explained what they did. They made their bed with care. They cleaned their room with precision, right? I am describing to them what I saw that they did. And then I go to step number 2. Step number 2 is the rationale step, or the reason why this is such a big deal. When I'm explaining why to a person, I want to make sure that that reason why is a reason that matters to them, not just me. So a bad example of a rationale step would be something like, when your room's clean like that, I have a way better day. That is not going to matter as much to the child unless they are on pins and needles all day about how you feel during the day. And if that's the case, let's work on your calmness and let's work on some good communication. Instead, for step 2, a much better way to communicate a rationale would be by saying something like this. When you choose to clean your room like that, you are developing a skill and a habit of having high quality work. When people ask you to do a job for them, they will know it will get done well. And you can have a lot of confidence in your ability to clean and straighten and organize things. That's a really great adult skill. Okay, so that's step 2. I'm now giving them something that they see that is going to be good for them for the future. So step number 3 is all about positive motivation. So now comes the part where we have a little bit of a party, but let's be careful about it because that party should not go too far over the top. Otherwise, it can seem a little bit like you're superior and then it's patronizing again, okay? So when you give that positive motivation statement, which is what step 3 should be, then what you do is you say, you worked really hard at that. Well done. You know, that's a great positive motivation statement. Or you might say something like, that showed a lot of maturity. High five. Give them something that matters again. Even if you just say, good job, high five, make sure that it's from the heart. You could also take this final step, step 3 of the positive motivation step, to the next level by projecting forward what they could anticipate. You could say, I know you're going to have no problem working hard to clean at your own house in the future. You're going to have a clean house. I know it. Whoa, now you've just given them a vision of them having a clean house when other people don't. And hey, they may want that, right? So those 3 steps to praising are the way that you praise in a way that is really meaningful to someone instead of patronizing. There are so many more skills that I could teach for self-government. This is just one tiny little skill. If you're interested more in teaching your children how to self-govern themselves, then be sure to go to my full-length class called The Not So Known Secret for Parenting Success. There are going to be many skills talked about there that you can start utilizing in your home today. Click on the link to that video now. I'll see you there.